All right, everyone. Welcome to Simply Bitcoin, the channel that breaks down all the daily Bitcoin news from Twitter, the daily fail, the daily meme review, the software releases, and today we've got a website by Plebs. And not only that, we've got Brecky von Bitcoin, who's the creative director of Swan Bitcoin, joining us. All right, drop us a like and subscribe. Let's kick it off with the numbers. Here we go.
Block booty dashboard.
We're currently at a block height of 663,575. Current Bitcoin price, 27,430. Chain rewrite days, 623. And the total lightning capacity, 1,054.92 BTC. Nico, man, I think we lost. There we go.
No, man, I have to replace the connector. Nope. But man, I don't think that's an all-time high. Is it, Phil?
It's not. No Satoshi today.
No Satoshi the chicken today. And if anyone's confused, no Satoshi today. We have another co-host. His name is Satoshi, the Bitcoin chicken. He's a rubber chicken, and he clucks every time the price of Bitcoin is at an all-time high. But today is not the day, so you're gonna have to stay tuned. That's gonna come very soon. Anyways, Phil, it's time for
the daily fail. Francis had this to say about Bitcoiners. They believe Bitcoin is the scarcest asset in the whole world, even though its supply is constantly increasing, and it can be subdivided so much that there is, in practice, no scarcity at all. Okay, so I drew this out so I could help everybody out. Everybody understand Bitcoin. Okay, so this is the 21 million, right? This is the pie. Okay. So we're going to keep it real simple. We're just going to draw 4 lines through the pie.
And Coin Icarus, you can't add any more Bitcoins to the pie, right?
No.
There's no way to expand the pie.
The pie doesn't get any bigger. That's right.
Yeah. All right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, exactly. The pie stays the same size, but now it's been divided into 4 pieces. So contrary to what Francis is trying to have us believe, this is just not how it works. Like subdividing, okay, from an existing supply doesn't destroy the scarcity at all, okay? The pie is not getting any bigger. There aren't any more Bitcoins. And this is just so disingenuous and scary that it's coming out of an economist. And it just goes to show you that these people aren't telling you objective information. They're telling you, they're telling you information that comes from their incentivized narrative.
Is she even an economist? What is she? Is she a real person?
I just want to kind of like reiterate this quote that I've been using. I used yesterday, and it's by Upton Sinclair. Shout out to him. I don't know who he is, but he has a really good quote. And the quote goes, "It is difficult to get a man to understand something when his job depends on not understanding it." And I think that's completely applicable to this situation. In her description, she has the letters QE. Okay, that's all I need to say. That's why she's doing this, right? And I completely agree. She's just disingenuous, but her job depends on her being disingenuous. She can't tell you the truth, right? Because if she tells you the truth, she kind of loses purpose. What are your thoughts on this, Brecky?
I agree with that, but I'm sorry to go on a different tangent. I went to her profile and I was looking, and I was just thinking, she and Peter Schiff are like meant to be. They'd be such a power couple, wouldn't they?
100%.
Oh man, I kind of want to see that happen. Like, imagine the two of them like just being morons on Twitter together.
It's happening right now, except they're not together.
Yeah, they need to team up that way. They'd be the nightmare team, not the dream team. I don't know what they'd be.
They're definitely the match made in heaven for sure. They are the match made of non-coiner heaven. 100%.
It's called hell, I believe.
Bitcoiner hell. Amen to that. Phil, it's time for
the daily meme review.
All right, guys. Our meme is brought to us by @Morrison Brett. Okay, let's look it. I've never seen it before. Let's check it out. Hopefully, it's better than yesterday.
I haven't seen this one yet.
Let's check it out.
Beautiful glasses.
They were 25,000.
They're unbelievable.
They're like 4 carats of diamonds, and then they're gold python, and they're made of gold.
Okay, I'm loving the sunglasses.
Did you know? 25,000.
Insane.
That's right. I've got insecurity issues, apparently.
Paid 25,000 for this?
These are $25,000. 25 grand. They were like 25,000.
beautiful
Okay,
glasses.
okay. It was better than yesterday's meme. I'll give it that. It was better than yesterday's meme. I'm gonna give that an 8. What about you, Phil?
Yeah, no, I'm actually going with
7.5.
All right, we're
7.5.
switching. All right, Brecky, what about you? What's your score?
Well, I can't score. There's a conflict of interest here. So he gave me an HT because it was his idea, but I did the editing on the video. So
Oh, that's your meme. Even better. Brecky, what's your
Well,
score?
it's not my meme. It's Brett's meme. The whole idea was his, and he was like, Brecky, what do you think of this meme? I think I've been waiting to like put out this 25,000 video. I know we're gonna hit 25,000. And he had a really great idea. I was like, all right, send it over. Let me bump it up a notch or two. And so, yeah, I recuse myself from this judging, as I will give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay. Okay. But you might be a little influenced there. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But okay, good scores all around. 8, 7.5, and a corrupt 10. Got it. Cool. Phil, it's time for
The Daily News, sponsored by Crypto Cloaks.
All right, everybody, our news for today. I mean, look, this is just a follow-up. I guess this is the continuation of the death of Ripple. I kind of see this as the nail in the coffin. Coinbase, tweeted out, I think it was yesterday, but unfortunately it missed the deadline for our show. But it looks like they're delisting Ripple. They're fully suspending trading in XPR, which is Ripple, on Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. So, I mean, look, if you guys haven't checked this out already, go on Twitter and see what all the XRP people are saying. And I guess it's sad, delusional, and misguided. I don't know. Phil, what are your thoughts on this? We'll move on to Brecky. I just feel bad, to be honest.
Rip. Yeah, no, this is just and you know what's really scary is I'm seeing some delusional people sit there and think that they're buying a bunch of value at the bottom. Make no mistake, this is not value at the bottom, okay? Like this is not like you are catching a falling knife. This is not like a giant bag of hopium that's gonna pump. This is a big bag of knives that's gonna cut right through. So, anyways.
I completely agree. This is definitely going to zero. And I think that's why I wanted to emphasize Coinbase making that announcement, because if Coinbase is delisting Ripple, they're doing it for a good reason. They thought it through because they're making fees regardless, right? Yeah. And Brecky, what are your thoughts on that? I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this.
Well, you're right. They are doing it for a very, very good reason, but let's take a step back. What is that very good reason? Is it because they're worried about their customers? I don't think so. I had an early morning half awake tweet, and I was just like, I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but it's great that they're delisting XRP because it is garbage, but it also goes to show that these exchanges don't care what they're letting their customers trade. If as long as they can make money off the fees and it doesn't get them into legal trouble, then great, good for them. Which, for some people that's okay. There are mercenary traders. I don't trade at all, but there are people who don't care what they're trading. They want to look at the markets and do their TA and trade, and that's fine. But for people who do buy into the bullshit narratives, I think these exchanges are somewhat culpable in giving legitimacy to these coins, these quote unquote coins. And how many of these exchanges took a fee just to list these garbage coins? So it's an interesting situation. I feel bad for some of these people, but some of the people are also like beyond the pale. Like, there's a lot of desperation for sure, right?
That's why, to be honest with you, Brecky and Phil, like it's bittersweet, because I see the XRP comments on Twitter. And it shocks me, this level of like delusion and hope. It's really like hopium on heroin, right? Because it's absolutely crazy, and I just feel bad because a lot of these people, they're getting absolutely wrecked, and I don't think they could afford to take that loss. And they bought into the fact that like, look, it's better to own 10,000 XRP than 2 Bitcoin or whatever, So unfortunately, I feel like just because Ripple's has that lower count, they don't understand the total market cap. A lot of people bought into that, unfortunately.
Yeah. A lot of us, came from shitcoining, and we went through this with, some of our bags. And, believe me, it's, what's that saying? Like, the best way to make one Bitcoin is to start with 10. Like that's, that's definitely my story, So, and I even less than one. So.
Amen. Everyone has to pay a price of tuition, the way that I see it.
Right.
And everyone pays it in different ways. And a more positive piece of news, I thought this was super bullish. Shout out to, I hope I don't butcher this name, Russell Okung, officially on the Bleacher Report. Look, this is pretty awesome. The Bleacher Report is even mentioning Bitcoin. I'll touch on that in a little bit in a second. But basically, man, this guy has been so pro Bitcoin for, he's just super pro Bitcoin. It's super awesome. The details of how he's getting paid, it's actually super cool. It's an arrangement, comes by the way of Zap, startup that was founded by Jack Mallers. Okung just happened to be quite large. His 13 million yearly salary is being split 50-50 between Bitcoin and fiat. Mahler said Monday in a phone interview with CoinDesk. Mahler said other pro athletes, this is absolutely awesome, included unnamed members of Brooklyn Nets basketball team and baseball's New York Yankees. So it's pretty awesome. I feel like he's going to be the first of many pro athletes that are going to be heading down this route, Phil. And it's just absolutely so cool that there's infrastructure for him to be able to do that, right? So every time he gets his paycheck, he just puts it directly into Zap, and then Zap automatically purchases a Bitcoin and sends it to a cold storage wallet. It's absolutely bullish that there's the infrastructure for him to do that. It's absolutely bullish that he is going to do that. It's absolutely super bullish that already other pro athletes are heading down that route. So, man, I see this as Bitcoin is absolutely going mainstream this cycle. This cycle is absolutely going to blow everyone's minds compared to 2017. Bitcoin was not mainstream in 2017. The infrastructure was not the same. The infrastructure was not there. The hash rate was 10 times less. It's just, man, all the stars are lining up. And, not to be overly bullish, but it looks like it's going to be a very good next year. What are your thoughts on this, Phil? And then we'll move on to our guest.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, you obviously you touched on pretty much like every single point there. So yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, what does this show us? We zoom out. What are we seeing, right? We're seeing, mainstream adoption, and we're seeing that the on-ramps do in fact work. One of the big criticisms back in 2017, I remember, was that, as soon as all of this traffic came, the fees, spiked to points where you couldn't really, quote unquote, you couldn't use Bitcoin, even though I was able to use Bitcoin perfectly fine. But now we're seeing, a huge uptick in price. We're seeing massive uptick in volume, and the blocks are turning along, and look, the fees are not deadly. Mm-hmm. So look at that.
And Bitcoin still isn't dead, and it's still chugging along every 10 minutes. Like nothing's ever happened. Honey Badger doesn't die. Brecky, what are your thoughts on this awesome news?
Well, are you sure about fees? Because I'm pretty sure I saw Roger say that fees are like $50 on Twitter like yesterday.
Really?
Maybe he's lying. He's lying.
Just maybe.
Roger, I think he might have a conflict of interest. I think so. Maybe. No, I don't think so. No, he's pro Bitcoin. He owns Bitcoin.com. Who are we joking?
Of course. Not shilling Bcash from a Bitcoin.com address. That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry. Why did I bring him up?
Yeah, it's okay. We can always dunk on Roger.
Okay, fine. All right, that's cool. All right, so dunking, athletes, sports, getting paid in Bitcoin. I'm with you. I think it's incredibly bullish. I think the most bullish aspect of it, though, is that he's going to be inspiring other people, particularly athletes. And the athletes, that part is cool. The more pro athletes that want to get paid in Bitcoin, the better. But I think even further downstream, the really cool part is think about all the fans. Like, think about all the fans who hear about this, read about this, and say, shit, I should be getting paid in Bitcoin. How can I do that? And so to me, that's the really exciting part. it is kind of interesting that like we're not quite at circular economy yet, you know. At the end of the day, like, you know, the Coinbase article says like he's still getting paid in fiat, and Strike is enabling him to convert it immediately to Bitcoin, which is awesome, you know. But eventually down the road, you know, when people actually start getting paid in Bitcoin, that's like we've made it. So I don't know, super exciting. Got to do a quick Swan chill. We've been doing this for a while. So if you want to get paid in Bitcoin, just go to swanbitcoin.com/get paid in Bitcoin. But super bullish. Like he's been trying to do this forever. And like the fact that he had that tweet like a year ago that was like, pay me in Bitcoin, paid in Bitcoin. Like this, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's super boss. And I just want to emphasize another part. He did have to get permission from the NFL, and they did grant him permission. So that's freaking awesome. I don't know why they have to grant him permission though. It's weird. Isn't it your money? I don't know, but it did say that in the article, so I thought I would mention it. Phil,
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a pretty awesome website today. Why don't we see it? Why don't we go over it?
Websites by Plebs.
All right, guys, this is an awesome website. You guys should go check it out. It's hashrateindex.com. Man, the way that I see this website really is it's essentially one of those websites that you could check the hash rate, but on steroids, right? It has super cool, stats. Look, we've compiled a comprehensive index of the most Bitcoin ASICs currently used today and how they stack in price, efficiency, and value, right? It goes over through, all the ant miners, how much, they make you a day, right? And has all these cool statistics. ASIC custom firmware. If you like to mine, or if you're interested about mining, definitely go check out this website. It is made by our friends at Luxor Pool. I'm a big fan of it. It's really cool. Like I said, it's one of those websites that it's like one of those hash rate websites, but it's completely on steroids. It's super awesome. And guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Simply Bitcoin. I just want to give a shout out to our guest, the famous, the infamous, the famous, I don't know what you want to call it, but you could go check out his Twitter at BVBTC and his name is Brecky. He is the creative director at Swan Bitcoin. You can go check out his site. He sells Bitcoin merch, Bitcoin art. It's pretty cool. It's vaughnbitcoin.com. And of course, go check out Swan. They're super awesome for dollar cost averages, and they just added also impulse buys, like I like to call them. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching our show.
Wait. You got to go to swanbitcoin.com/simplybitcoin.
Oh, really?
Right?
Oh, okay. That's new. Okay, you have to go to swanbitcoin.com/simplybitcoin. Go check it out. I don't know, but it's super cool. Anyways, guys, if you guys liked the episode, make sure to smash that like button. If you guys love this show, subscribe and hit that little notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.